Wow, this looks like a depressing neighborhood, and
Don't say that, Jord. He's going to walk away.
Well, he's been walking there for hours, I
That's
guess,
why.
and he's still alive. Well, have a sip of your beer.
Thank you.
Well, welcome, Joe Gilbert
Thank you.
from London. We are presenting 4 shorts of you on this festival, which is a privilege.
It's quite a lot, isn't it?
We never had a filmmaker who had 4 films on our festivals. And you seem to me as a modern city flaneur, walking around, being fascinated about the things you see. You want to film them, you want to tell stories about them, but your special fascination is concrete and
Yes.
that era of the 60s of social housing, that brutalism.
Yeah, that's a good description. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, why that, Joe?
Yeah, why that?
Good question. I don't know. I think it's a sort of utopian way that sort of lost its way. Nostalgia. I think that's a good word to use. I use that positively. I don't know. It's like a sort of a simpler time when people designed buildings for the good of people and society, and I think that's gone. And that's quite sad, particularly in London, because it's all money and private development, and social housing and brutalism was all about sort of togetherness and sort of post-war optimism, which...
But why is it gone, Joe? Because if you look at Aylesbury,
Yeah.
you used to live next to Aylesbury, so you
I
were
did, yeah.
very intimately familiar with the estate. Did it go away because it didn't work? Or did it go away because Thatcher came in and everything went neoliberal in the UK?
Both. Yeah, both. I think politics, and the Conservative government at the time played a part, but I think it was quite flawed to begin with. And
But
here,
you can still be nostalgic about it.
I can still be nostalgic
still love
about it. Yeah, I can still dream about it. But yeah, here, this picture with Robin Hood Gardens, I mean, it's not... There's a problem. The problem with the States and England, they were very inward-looking, particularly with Robin Hood Gardens. It's almost impenetrable from the outside. The same with the Barbican. Trying to get into the Barbican estate is impossible if you've never been. So they were very inward-looking, and particularly with estates like this, it made people. It was quite sort of gang-orientated in a way because it was segregated, if you know what I mean. So people would say, "This is our block. This is your block. This is our estate. This is your estate. This is our road." So it was the architects sort of inadvertently divided bits of the city up. So it didn't really work. But
Well, in a way, Barbican got a second life, and but this one,
because it
this
was
one
sort of
harder
built
to
for the Barbican was sort of built for middle class people. That's the before they sold, before the right to buy came in London. So the Barbican sort of was before that the rest of that happened. So it was a lucky sort of escape.
I visited the Barbican recently, and I was amazed to see how well kept it was and
great.
how
it's got a
seemed to
reputation.
be part of life of the neighborhood around it too, and not so isolated as some of these.
It's because they built the art centre and
Yeah.
the theatre, so the Shakespeare Theatre is all there. So it was much more thought out, I think,
They were more connected.
than what was to follow. But
But then this man come in, you, with a
Yes.
camera, and you walk around and you make a film about it with a certain tone of voice. I must say, not nostalgic. That's not the word, but awareness. I would say. Are you an activist? Are you using the camera and focusing on architecture or buildings as being an activist and telling us, be aware?
no, people have. It's nice that people say that, but it's a completely selfish reason. It's just to sort of indulge in my interest, and it's nice that I can sort of help or can give light to these subjects. But if I'm brutally honest, that was a really bad pun. I just dropped the mic. But
Okay.
I know they're just for me, to be honest.
Yeah. And I understood that you do them totally low budget with no
Yeah,
collaboration
nothing.
with other parties than people you
It's just-
interview.
it's just
as
me.
basic as can be.
Yeah, just
Is that by choice or because you don't have the money to make a bigger project out
it's
of them?
sort of out of necessity. Yeah, so it's just literally just me and a camera and whatever I can beg, borrow, steal. Yeah, as low-fi as you can get.
Do you want it that way? Would you prefer it to be different?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It'd be nice to have a few extra people and a bit of money. That wouldn't go amiss. But there's something quite therapeutic, and there's something quite nice about sort of just going out on your own. It's a nice way to spend a weekend.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's
Thank
what
you.
I understand.
That's okay.
Good.
That's
Good.
okay.
No,
I don't
but
sound
suddenly,
weird. Yeah.
suddenly something happens in the city, like the Grenfell Tower. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
there we have an accident or an incident or something that has more layers to it than just a fire. Then suddenly this a social aspect or the people who are denied for such a long time, and it comes out through that fire. And then you're going to make a film about it. So there's a meaning to that film.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this was such a horrible thing to happen. It felt like a natural progression from where I'd started making films. So, yeah, it's a very natural process for me to do something like this that does carry more weight socially rather than looking at it from an aesthetic point of view. So.
Yeah. Because you're kind of free. If you the East-West film about the bridges, that was just I can't say just, but it was observation, how they moved, the colors. And of
It was
course,
much more poetic, I felt, sort of an homage to urban life, seeing people move and the role that bridges play in the city. Very different from the short about Aylesbury or Robin Hood, which is much more, also in its design, more staticky and more abrasive. The Bridges film seemed much more aesthetic.
right. And what for you is the reason why you film instead of making pictures or photographs?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because with a film, there's always this timeline running, wants to bring you somewhere, and in a picture, you must tell the whole story in one image.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just a desire to tell a story in whatever capacity that is. I think that's probably the best answer I can give. I don't really have a coherent answer. I just feel compelled to tell a story.
Right.
I think that would be the answer.
And you're not going home and see your friends and say, "I'm gonna tell you a story." You're sitting all by yourself in
Alone, yeah,
yeah,
in a dark room.
in the dark, in the attic, and overlooking.
Yeah,
but you're okay for that.
I think so. Yeah.
okay.
But Joe, this is far from the scope of the festival, but can you make a living from this?
No.
What else do you do? What's your day job?
So I work for an online production company. We make sort of short shows about fashion. It's completely different to
Completely
what I
different
do. So we
world.
make I basically do. I'm a
So
cameraman.
this is your
my day
guilty
job's
pleasure.
yeah. So this is my passion, but I'm a cameraman sort of by trade,
Yeah.
doing things very, very different to this.
And only staying in fashion. So this architecture saved your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. It's keeping me sane. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, keep on going
Yeah.
then, Joe. And,
Definitely.
well, I want to thank you for everything, and we all can watch his short films on our festival. They will be screened, I think, tonight and tomorrow.
And tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, keep on
Thank you.
going. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.